Good evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the second annual School of Management PRiME competition. I'm Susan Wood, Communication Manager for the School of Management and PRiME Project Coordinator. I'll be the host of today's event. The global crisis caused by the COVID-19 brought disruption and challenged us in so many ways. But we're staying strong and connected, so thrilled to be able to find a solution for this event and many other things and bring the same level of competition, quality of projects, and judging, but just virtually. It's been humbling and exciting to see the enthusiasm of all of you that have participated. Students, professors, judges, those who reviewed the projects and voted in the People's Choice Award. We had more than 850 voters and votes from around the world in 9 countries. So it's been a great journey, and today we want to celebrate all of you. Let me introduce our team. We're going to hear from each of them as we proceed through today's PRiME Competition Award ceremony. First, I want to introduce Gerhard Apfelthaler, Dean of the School of Management. Next, Valeria Makarova, Professor and Champion of our PRiME Initiative. Our first distinguished competition judge, Joni Burns, Environmental Health, Safety, and Sustainability Manager at Amgen, which is a global multi-billion-dollar biopharmaceutical corporation whose headquarters are in Thousand Oaks. Our next distinguished judge is Allison Charlebus, Senior Manager of Sustainability and Social Responsibility at Lucky Brand, which is a multi-million-dollar American denim company headquartered in Los Angeles, whose CFO is on our Dean's Executive Council. Lucky Brand is also the sponsor of today's event. Our final judge is Cindy Cattell, Community Relations Coordinator at Cal Lu and an MBA program alum. Our PRiME competition is part of the Cal Lutheran Festival of Scholars, which is actually currently happening right now. It stands for Excellence in Teaching and Learning, where we proudly showcase our students' work. This competition also has a special theme and mission to it, to bring awareness of the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals set by the United Nations are a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity. These 17 goals are an ambitious plan, and business organizations and management professionals play an important role in addressing these greatest global challenges. So at the School of Management, we stand for PRiME. So how does that relate to our student projects, and why is the competition titled PRiME? Our Dean of the School of Management, Gerhard Apfelthaler, will say a few words about global PRiME.
Well, first of all, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. As Susan has mentioned, you may wonder, what is PRiME? PRiME is short for Principles for Responsible Management Education. It's the largest formalized and organized relationship between the the United Nations and business schools worldwide. The idea of PRiME was originally introduced by the UN Global Compact, which is the world's largest corporate sustainability initiative, a call to companies to align strategies and operations with universal principles on human rights, labor, environment, health, and anti-corruption, a call to take actions that advance societal goals. Working through 6 principles, this global educational project engages business and management schools to ensure that they provide future leaders that have the skills needed to balance economic growth and sustainability goals. We joined PRiME in 2015, and it was a natural match that aligned us, the School of Management's mission and vision, with the goals of PRiME. Our mission is to prepare students for success and integrity in their professional and personal lives through scholarship, a diversity of learning experiences, and community engagement in a global context. And by following these principles of PRiME and our mission and vision, we build a strong, resilient community and bring all of our stakeholders together. The PRiME competition is our signature project. Many of you are listening today, our students, our friends and families, students, friends and families, the School of Management alumni community. 4 of our today's PRiME team are actually Cal Lutheran alumni. Our professors, other California Lutheran University community members, and especially also advisory council members join us here today. I would like to thank you all and congratulate you all for your participation. And with that, I would like to move us on to the award ceremony and back to Susan Wood.
Thanks, Gerhard. While the awards are important, of course, we would like to take just a few moments to recognize and applaud all of the students who participated in this year's competition, undergraduate and graduate from the School of Management programs. These students, in the middle of the entry process for this competition, where the world changed overnight with the COVID crisis, persevered and rose to the challenge above and beyond. Besides the video and the slide presentation, each project also included a paper as the third element the judges reviewed. Each participant we are recognizing today will also be featured on the PRiME website and on our next biannual PRiME brochure. The winners of our PRiME competition today will also receive cash awards, thanks to our sponsor, Lucky Brand. All our PRiME participants deserve a round of applause. Please join me virtually. On to the awards presentation. Our judges will announce the winners and we'll start with second place.
Thank you, Susan. You know, there were many great projects. They were well researched, they had interesting topics, they were informative, there was creative slides and video presentations. I mean, it was really difficult to select only 3 projects. So here we go, on to the awards. I'm Cindy Keidel. It's now my pleasure to announce the second place award with a cash prize of $300 to a project that examined one of California's most precious resources. The project used a research methodology that analysts tend to overlook when analyzing policies in this industry sector. This 27-page paper stood out as having 36 references that included a subject matter interview that provided a real reality check on what was happening in California. The research poster and the video presentation were very professional and provided an overview of the paper's key points. The SDGs included 11, 12, and 13, which are sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption, and climate action, but the project primarily focused on the Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which is clean water and sanitation. I'm excited and pleased to announce this award, which goes to California Drought Policies. Are they adequately aiding the agricultural industry? By author Hope Ramos. Congratulations. Good work. Now, here's a short clip from her presentation.
To quote the United Nations in 2019, more efficient use and management of water are critical to addressing the growing demand for water, threats to water security, and the increasing frequency and severity of droughts and floods resulting from climate change. As of the time of writing, most countries are unlikely to reach full implementation of integrated water resources management by 2030.
The first place winner was one of my personal favorites because it took a topic that I didn't necessarily correlate to the UN SDGs. So coming from the apparel business, sustainability is usually thought of as climate change and resource conservation. For example, at Lucky Brand, we commit to SDGs that can be impacted throughout our supply chain, such as climate action, clean water, responsible consumption, and good health and well-being. In this research project, the authors made a very strong argument that Goal 8, good jobs and economic growth, can be correlated with Goal 16, peace and justice, using high peace countries as an example. And the winner of the first place prize is Gun Control by authors Mario Hotlegner, Gernot Gruber, Marcus Mueck, and Manuel Shahil. Congratulations, gentlemen. Now let's see a short clip from their presentation.
In our presentation,
we demonstrate that gun control
will bring prosperity and safety
to the United States of America.
And I'm pleased to present tonight's grand prize winner. The winning project did a great job of linking their topic to the Sustainable Development Goals. It started with a general summary of the goals that the company that they've looked at were focusing on, following with an in-depth look at 3 specific goals as they relate to climate change and carbon emissions. The obvious goal that they looked at was SDG 13, which is taking urgent action on climate change. But then they also looked at, tied in, SDG 12, which is sustainable consumption and production, as well as SDG 17, which is strengthening the partnerships, the global partnerships needed to forward all of the sustainable development goals. And this really resonated with me because Amgen has a similar approach where we have focused on 5 SDGs. We have very strong carbon reduction commitments, and we also are looking at SDG 13, taking urgent action, or sorry, SDG 12 on sustainable consumption and production, and SDG 17 on strengthening those partnerships. So to make that tie with things that don't readily look at climate change, said to me that the researcher really understood the SDGs and how they can affect and be affected by an individual company's actions and policies and what they do. The project was well researched and well presented in all 3 formats. It discussed various initiatives aimed at reducing the direct carbon emissions of the company, and it was everything from internal management systems to fleet and facilities to the impacts of this company's product on the environment. So again, that really showed me, it demonstrated all of the judges that the individual understood that sustainability really requires a holistic approach. So if I haven't already given it away with my references, I'd like to announce tonight's grand prize winner. Coca-Cola versus CO2 emissions by Anna Trieslauer. Please join me in applauding her. And now we'll take a short look at a clip of her presentation.
In conclusion, I can say that Coca-Cola spends billions of dollars each year on marketing and sales activities. A company with a brand value of over $80 billion and global customer recognition has, in my opinion, greater potential to take responsibility for the environment. But I'm glad, and I think it's good, that such a large corporation is addressing the issue of CO2 emissions and is taking responsibility for the environment. And I think that the measures can be seen as a step in the right direction.
Well, good evening, everyone. Before we announce the last People's Choice Award, I would like to express our sincere thanks to a great team and community that supported us through every step of PRiME journey. Let me thank our judges. They spent many hours scoring papers, presentations, and carefully evaluating each project. Our professors, all submitted works came from academic assignments. Thank you, Lutheran professors, for your mentorship, guidance, for encouraging your students to participate in this competition and supporting our PRiME initiatives. Well, we mentioned this competition is a special one. Moving it fully online and holding this event virtually would not be possible without support of our great staff members. We cannot thank enough our tech professionals, coordinators, project managers for planning and actually creating this virtual space. Families, friends, thank you, our great community, for your invaluable support. Our special thanks to Lucky Brand, the competition sponsor. Well, over 7 days of virtual voting, more than 2,500 votes were casted. It was unbelievable. 1/3 of all votes came for one project. And this project winner is gun control. Our first prize winner is also the ultimate winner in the People's Choice Award category. Great job, guys. If you're listening to us in your early morning, congratulations on your 2 awards in this competition. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Time to say goodbye and wish a great evening to some and good morning to others. We'll see you next year at PRiME 2021.